Have you ever come across someone who constantly plays the victim? Do they always seem to have something negative happening in their life, but never take responsibility for it? If yes, then chances are you've encountered someone with a victim mentality. Victim mentality is a mindset where individuals believe that they are always being treated unfairly. They tend to blame everyone else for their problems and are never able to take responsibility for their actions. In today's video, we will be discussing 10 signs that someone has a victim mentality. 1. Constant complaining. The first sign of a victim mentality is constant complaining. These individuals will always find something to complain about, no matter how small or insignificant it may be. Whether it's the weather, their job, or their relationships, they will always have something negative to say. They often dwell on their problems, magnifying them out of proportion. This constant complaining is more than just venting frustrations or seeking solutions. Instead, it is a way for them to attract attention and sympathy from those around them. Remember, for individuals with a victim mentality, any situation or circumstance can become a source of complaint. 2. External blaming. People with a victim mentality never take ownership of their mistakes and shortcomings. They blame others for everything that goes wrong in their life. It's always someone else's fault, and they refuse to see their own contribution to the problem. Whether it's a missed deadline at work or a failed relationship, the fault always lies with someone else, according to those with a victim mentality. They hide behind external blaming to escape accountability and maintain their self-image of perpetual victimhood. In their eyes, they are merely innocent bystanders in their life's drama, a scenario largely controlled by others. This refusal to acknowledge their role in their own predicaments often leads to a cycle of negativity and stagnation, hampering personal growth and development. 3. Playing the martyr. People with a victim mentality often play the martyr. They want others to feel sorry for them and constantly seek attention and sympathy from others. By playing the martyr, individuals with a victim mentality portray themselves as self-sacrificing heroes, suffering silently for the sake of others. This behavior is often a cry for validation or acknowledgement of their perceived hardships. It's not uncommon for these individuals to exaggerate or distort their circumstances to gain sympathy and attention. The martyrdom not only serves as an excuse for their failures, but also as a means to evade personal responsibility and growth. 4. Lack of personal responsibility. As mentioned earlier, individuals with a victim mentality never take responsibility for their actions. They believe that they are always at the mercy of external factors and circumstances. In the face of challenges, instead of introspecting and taking corrective action, they blame everyone and everything around them. This lack of self-accountability leaves them feeling helpless and powerless, unable to drive positive changes in their lives. Their reliance on external factors to dictate their experiences ultimately prevents them from understanding and modifying their behaviors. This inability to accept personal responsibility is a clear hallmark of a victim mentality, and it can be a significant barrier to personal, emotional, and professional growth. 5. Difficulty accepting criticism. People with a victim mentality have a hard time accepting criticism. They see it as a personal attack and immediately become defensive. Instead of using the feedback to improve themselves, they make excuses and blame others. This hypersensitivity to criticism, essentially, stems from their self-perceived victim status. They interpret any form of constructive feedback as a direct threat, further solidifying their belief that the world is against them. They may even claim that the person providing the criticism is trying to harm or belittle them. Consequently, they miss out on opportunities for personal development and growth that constructive criticism often offers. 6. Lack of resilience. People with a victim mentality have a low level of resilience. They give up easily when faced with challenges or setbacks, instead of finding ways to overcome them. Their lack of resilience is often displayed in their inability to bounce back from adverse situations. These individuals may view any obstacle or setback as insurmountable, quickly throwing in the towel and accepting defeat. Instead of utilizing these challenges as opportunities for personal growth and learning, they see them as further evidence of their victimhood. This inability to demonstrate resilience not only hampers their personal and professional growth, but also reinforces their belief that they are perpetual victims, trapped in a cycle of misfortune. 7. Constant comparison. Individuals with a victim mentality often compare themselves to others and feel inadequate. They believe that others have it better than them and constantly feel like they are missing out. This constant comparison creates a toxic environment of jealousy and resentment within themselves. They're perpetually dissatisfied and discontented, fostering feelings of bitterness towards those who they perceive as more fortunate. This comparison trap further feeds their victim mentality, making them believe they are unfairly disadvantaged. It inhibits them from recognizing their own worth and capabilities and prevents them from appreciating what they do have in life. 8. Difficulty making decisions. People with a victim mentality struggle with making decisions. They fear making the wrong choice and tend to rely on others to make decisions for them, afraid of taking responsibility for the outcome. This fear of decision-making often leads to a dependency on others, further solidifying their victim mentality. They believe that if things go wrong, it will be due to someone else's bad advice rather than their own choices. This prevents them from taking control of their own lives and fosters a sense of helplessness. It also hinders their ability to assert themselves, leading to a lack of confidence and personal growth. 9. Negative outlook on life. Individuals with a victim mentality have a negative outlook on life. They see the world through a lens of constant struggle and believe that nothing ever goes their way. They anticipate that all situations will inevitably turn against them, fostering a pessimistic viewpoint which hinders their ability to recognize opportunities or possible solutions to their problems. They tend to focus on the negatives and often magnify minor disappointments into serious issues. This negative perspective further reinforces their victim mentality as it adds to their belief that they have little control over their own lives. Moreover, this negative outlook often becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, as they create the very circumstances they fear by not taking positive action in their lives. 10. Inability to move on. People with a victim mentality often hold on to past grievances and struggles. They find it hard to let go of negative experiences and move on, constantly reliving their pain and playing the victim. This inability to let go and move forward keeps them trapped in their victim role. They dwell on past injustices and traumas, often going over and over them in their minds and re-inflicting the pain on themselves. This constant replay of negative experiences fuels resentment and bitterness, which further exacerbates their victim mentality. Moreover, this inability to let go of the past prevents them from embracing the present and future, hindering personal growth and the potential for healing and positive change. If you have identified with any of these signs, it may be time to reflect on your mindset and make some changes. Recognizing a victim mentality is the first step towards breaking free from it and creating a more positive and empowered outlook on life. Remember, having a victim mentality is a choice, and you have the power to change your mindset. Surround yourself with positive and supportive people, practice gratitude and self-care, and challenge negative thoughts with more realistic ones.